advantage. That's got to be a major factor in how they're growing market share.
Absolutely. It's a massive lever for market penetration.
Okay, now, no big company gets this far without some bumps in the road. Let's talk about the challenges, the controversies, the headaches, maybe?
Sure enough, every giant has issues.
Tesla's certainly had its share of headlines, hasn't it? Our sources detail those ongoing autopilot crash investigations. The quality control stuff, like you mentioned earlier, misaligned panels, bad paint jobs.
Things you hear about quite a bit online.
Yeah. And you can't ignore how Elon Musk's tweets sometimes, well, they make the stock jump around, impact the reputation. Plus, there have been those union fights, labor disputes in the US and Europe.
True. Tesla definitely keeps the news cycle busy. On BYD's side, though, while maybe their PR is generally smoother, they're not totally controversy-free either.
What kinds of things?
Our sources mentioned some allegations about unsafe battery disposal methods. There are also unverified accusations about using forced labor way down in their supply chains.
Okay, serious allegations, even if unverified.
Right, and some users have reported reliability complaints, particularly in colder climates. And there's just that general observation. Maybe their cars lack that immediate wow tech factor compared to Tesla.
Less flashy.
A bit less flashy, maybe.
But here's a really crucial counterpoint we found. Looking at 2025 user satisfaction surveys, BYD cars actually scored higher on service experience and overall build quality, especially in Asia and Europe.
That's significant.
So what does that tell us? How do those controversies or maybe the perceived lack of wow stack up against the actual day-to-day ownership experience for people?
It's quite telling, isn't it? Despite maybe not having the absolute flashiest tech or facing some of those accusations, BYD's higher satisfaction scores suggest that for a lot of consumers, reliability, solid build, dependable service, that might actually outweigh the promise of groundbreaking, but maybe sometimes glitchy innovation.
So people might prefer a more stable, hassle-free experience overall.
It points that way, a preference for a smoother ownership journey, perhaps.
Okay, so what does this all boil down to for you listening right now, maybe thinking about buying an EV? Let's try to bring this data to life. Let's hear some voices from the road, right, from real owners. Add that personal touch.
Yeah, absolutely. We pulled some specific anecdotes from our sources that really paint a picture.
Great.
So there's Rohan from Bengaluru. He owns a BYD Atto 3. He praises it, says, I'm quoting loosely here, the cabin feels premium. Range is more than enough for my daily 50-kilometer commute. Charging's quick, and the BYD service was surprisingly good.
Surprisingly good service. That counters some narratives.
It does. Then you've got Alex from California, drives a Tesla Model Y, loves the tech, the acceleration, but shares this frustration. Service can take weeks. I waited 12 days just to get a door handle fixed.
Ouch, 12 days for a door handle?
Yeah. Then Sophie from London, she owns a BYD Seal. She actually switched from a BMW i3, found her BYD luxurious and significantly cheaper.
Value and luxury feel combined.
Exactly. And one more Priya from Dubai drives a Tesla Model 3. She highlights how amazing autopilot is on highways, but criticizes build quality. Said something like, my glove box doesn't close properly. For this price, that's just not acceptable.
That glove box issue, it sounds small, but it speaks volumes about attention to detail, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
Especially at that price point.
So what's the big takeaway from hearing these direct accounts? It feels like it really nails that fundamental tension, doesn't it? Is the future of EV ownership about, aspirational tech, or is it more about everyday reliability and just a smooth experience?
I think the sources suggest a clear split in what satisfaction really means to different people, Tesla owners. They often seem to love the performance, the innovation, almost like they accept the headaches, the potential service waits, as part of the deal for that cutting-edge experience.
Right, part of the package.
But BYD owners, well, they seem to prioritize comfort, the finish, the overall value. It suggests there's a big market segment that really values practicality and just a consistent, predictable ownership experience above everything else.
So wrapping this all up, what's the final verdict for you, our listener, based on everything we've gone through?
It's not a simple answer, is it?
No, it really depends on what you prioritize. If you're looking for that absolute cutting-edge tech, incredible range, raw speed, our sources confirm Tesla is undeniably your car. Just maybe be ready for a little bit of drama along the way.
Yeah, drama might be the right word sometimes.
But if you want a really solid, well-priced EV, great interiors, strong safety features, and what seems to be shaping up as a smoother, more reliable ownership experience overall, BYD is proving to be a genuinely compelling choice.
Absolutely. And stepping back, the bigger picture here is that the EV race,